update.
Well, happy Monday, everyone. We've been busy this afternoon tracking showers and thunderstorms. And yes, some of those have been on the strong, even severe side. And as you take a look outside right now, we've got a mix of sun and clouds here in the metro area. Look at this temperature of 75 degrees. This actually cooled down into the 60s earlier this afternoon when some rain moved through, and it's already climbed back up into the mid 70s. And that's the atmosphere that we're dealing with, a very warm and muggy air mass across the area. Take a look at live radar. You can see a lot of activity and, yes, a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect across the area. So let's try to go through all of these here for you. We'll start with the warning still that's in effect for Bureau County now, and this is stretching on off towards the east. This storm is the one that brought the hail all the way back into Muscatine about 2-3 o'clock this afternoon. So it's been a slow mover, but it's been making its way from west to east across the area, and that warning goes at least for another couple of minutes here across Bureau County, now about to make its way off towards the north and east of there. Now, let's take you off towards the northwestern half of the area where we're seeing new storms firing up, and these storms are producing some large hail just north of Wyoming, now stretching towards the Monmouth area. This is going to be moving towards the Otter Creek and the Andrew area. In fact, you can see here as I put a little tracker on this for you, Andrew coming up here in the next 10 to 20 minutes, Bellevue in less than 30 minutes, the storm will be moving towards you as well. So be aware that you could see some nickel-sized and maybe as much as quarter-sized hail making its way into your region. We also have a very new severe thunderstorm warning that's now in effect for portions of Dubuque, Jackson, and Joe Daviess counties now, and this goes all the way until 6:15 this evening, and that's in anticipation of this storm that you see there making its way just west of Otter Creek now, about to make its way up towards Bellevue and eventually crossing on over into Joe Daviess County. Again, this storm could produce some large hail of nickel to quarter size, and that's why we have that warning extended now till 6:15, and this could affect over 17,000 people. So we'll be tracking that storm again a couple of times there for you here, stretching over towards Elizabeth in less than 30 minutes, Scales Mound in about 40 minutes, and Stockton, if it holds together, in less than 1 hour. Now let's go all the way back down towards the south and west for our friends over towards the Iowa City area. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of Iowa and Johnson County, and this storm heading straight for Iowa City here in the next couple of minutes. And you can see while that warning is in effect, it'll be making its way right on top of Tifton here in the next minute or two. In Iowa City within 15 minutes or so, watch out for the potential of some large hail and winds gusting up to 50, maybe as high as 60 miles per hour there, and then also making its way off towards the north and east from there towards places like the Tipton area within an hour or less. So these storms are basically redeveloping here along a cold front or boundary just out to our north and west. You can see this kind of swirl with the winds coming in from the west around Waterloo and the winds coming in out of the south here in the Quad Cities. Right there in the middle, that's where the boundary is, and that's where these storms are firing up this afternoon. So that's why we're going to see that off and on threat continuing for a few more hours, and then I think things will wind down. Here's how it plays out on Exact Track. You can see those storms again developing out to the north and west as we go throughout the next couple of hours. 6-7 o'clock, we'll be dealing with these storms, especially north of the I-80 corridor. That's going to be the best chance of seeing some of these storms rolling on through. And then notice by 9-10 o'clock in the evening, most of this activity is out of here and will quiet things down. But between now and about 9 o'clock or so, we do have a marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5 for a couple of isolated strong to severe thunderstorms, particularly north of the I-80 corridor. And again, our main threats that we're going to be primarily concerned about, the potential of winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour and that potential of large hail of at least a half an inch, with some locations seeing hail sizes over an inch. So that could cause a little bit of damage. So we'll be watching that for you closely. Otherwise, we'll be watching the river flooding threat as we go throughout the next week or so. Is still at a major risk, and here's why. Even though a lot of the gauges, the river gauges now are beginning to fall a little bit, we're going to be seeing the river rise again as we go throughout early this week across the north from Dubuque down towards the Clinton area, and then we're going to see those river levels rising again here in the metro area around midweek. And then as you get down towards the south, we'll see that crest continue to work its way down the river towards Keokuk and Burlington as we get towards the end of the week. So that's going to be our next attention to focus on after we get through with the storms this afternoon. Here's your 7-day forecast. Again, clouds tomorrow morning, then we'll see some sunshine, but much cooler, highs in the mid-60s. We're back near 70 for the rest of the week. With lots of sunshine, it does get a little more active again as we get towards the weekend.